I saw Michael today and I enjoyed it. It was good. Apart from the fact that I pretty much went in not knowing anything about Michael Jackson. I know a little bit about him. I know he was part of the Jackson 5. I know some of his songs. Other things I know I've been told from other people, so part of the reason that I really wanted to watch this was so that I could learn about him, like learn the truth, you know? I'm slowly collecting biopics of artists like Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocket Man, Respect. I think What's Love Got to Do with It is another one I have. Just like slowly collecting them. So Michael was one that I wanted to see because I saw the trailer and I was like, I want to watch this because I want to know the truth. So I want to start with saying no one told me it was going to be a two-parter. So a pre-warning for basically anyone who wants to watch it. It is not the complete story of Michael Jackson. It's only about half. It's a two-parter, and I have read that there is confirmation that there is going to be a sequel coming out sometime. It's going to start production either this year or next year, so that's something to look forward to, right? Yeah, so the music was great. Like, it's Michael Jackson music. I like the songs. Like, my favorite song wasn't in there, but you know what? It gives me something to look forward to. So it was also really interesting to learn about how he went from this poor kid in this huge family to being universally known as the King of Pop. That was fun to learn, to watch, to see and understand, like, oh, okay, so this is how this happened, which kind of is the same with, like, watching Bohemian Rhapsody and finding out that, like, how Queen came to be and things like that. That's, like, something I really enjoy. I could see that production was very similar to Bohemian Rhapsody, which the trailers and things, they all say that, oh, it's from the, I can't remember if it was the producers or the director of Bohemian Rhapsody, so that's where you can see the influence coming out. But like, for example, starting backstage at one of the biggest concerts sort of thing, like with Bohemian Rhapsody, you start backstage at Live Aid and then work your way into seeing it, and then zip back to how it started. It's kind of similar with Michael, without going into too much detail or spoilers or anything, but you do start backstage about to go to a concert and then zip back to 1966 when it all began. Certain camera angles and the way some songs play over certain scenes also adds to the similarity to Bohemian Rhapsody. I was sitting with my mum and my sister, who know more about Michael Jackson than I do, and it was fun to see them learn something anyway, it's always fun. I did not know about the accident, the apparently famous accident that happened to Michael Jackson when the Jackson 5 were recording for a Pepsi commercial and the back of his head caught on fire. I did not know that happened. That shocked me. For a second it was like watching a fictional movie and being like, oh my goodness, that's terrible. And then remembering, wait, this really is a thing that happened and everyone probably knew about it, but I didn't. Just like, man, it happens, you know. I'm kind of used to it by now. I'm always assuming everyone knows more than I do because I'm in my own little bubble. I only recently learned that Michael Jackson had vitiligo, which my late auntie had vitiligo, and that's a very fascinating condition. Like, fascinating to me from like this interest perspective thing. To see like the skin pigmentation changes. I remember my auntie had a patch on the back of her hand. She was from Papua New Guinea. She had a patch on the back of her hand that looked like a monkey. And I remember pointing that out to her and she liked it. And so every time she came over, I was always looking for that one spot. I'd hold her hand and I'd rub that spot. And at the time that I saw the patch the first time, I didn't even know that that was a condition. But yeah, I didn't know Michael Jackson had vitiligo until only recently, so that's a fun thing to learn. I have notes. The animals were really cute. I forgot to see who, or if they credited the monkey that played Bubbles, the chimp. Just being able to watch something that has animal performers in it, and in most cases knowing these animal performers are okay, it warms my heart. And specifically getting to see like primates, like Crystal the monkey or this chimp in Michael, like, they're so smart and they're so good, and it's just nice to see all the animals and things. Personally, I feel that for biopics, cinematography is important. Certain ways the camera is angled or specific ways the scenes are presented. Like, for example, the Pepsi incident. You see him walking, you see the lights flash, and you see him walking down off the stage, you see his face, and then you notice the smoke, and then you notice the flames, and then you realize this is an actual legitimate situation that is not good. And that is something, one of those punch in the face moments that is why cinematography is so important, I think. Like, for example, when Bohemian Rhapsody, the biopic, covers Freddie getting tested for AIDS, and it's all very quiet, it's just music playing and things, and this very muffled confirmation and things, like, that's what hits you, that's what punches you and gets you. And I think that's important in biopics, because it's not a work of fiction, it's not a drama, it's supposed to be covering a real story, a real life person. I just think that's really important. So my sister and I are both neurodivergent, if you couldn't tell. So when we watch movies, especially music ones like this, or like Bohemian Rhapsody or Wicked or whatever, we tend to get quite into it, and so we can start like dancing in our seats, mouthing along to the lyrics, and we did that in this, and for once in my life I pushed aside my fear of being judged for dancing in my seat, for engaging my sister in participation of the songs and things, and it was so freeing. And I just had to mention that because otherwise I would forget, and I just want people to know that you shouldn't care if anyone's going to judge you, because I doubt the cinema is going to kick you out for dancing in your seat if you're not disturbing anyone else. Because everyone should be watching the screen and not the people sitting in the seats 2 rows down from you. My sister said that the movie was a little bit emotional. I didn't feel that way. Maybe I'll feel that way when part 2 comes out. I don't know. Part 2, which I'm really hoping they call Jackson, because then you get Michael Jackson. But it was moving and inspirational. And maybe that's what she meant. But yeah, it was just inspirational to me. I found out that Janet Jackson did not want to be involved or mentioned or portrayed in the movie, and honestly that makes sense to me. It's also interesting that she continued to support her nephew playing the role of her brother. I think that's interesting. The ending was so abrupt. Like, he performs bad, the song finishes, and then you get the screen goes black and his story continues. And then the credits start rolling, and it's like, oh, that's it, I guess. Okay. And then I googled and found out, yeah, they're making a part 2, and it's like, okay, cool. Because, like, my favorite song didn't show up at all. But yeah, to condense things out, make more sense, and finish this video, I think Michael was a great movie. I enjoyed that I got to learn more about this artist that I really only know from music. I think it's good that I get to learn the truth about this person who I never met. I don't know, but I'm learning things, and they're good things, and they are making me feel happy. I am inspired to listen to more of his albums. I would like to get the soundtrack. I really did think this movie was quite good from the perspective of someone who knows very little about the subject matter. I cannot give an opinion on whether or not it was accurate or true. I can only say that I'm glad I learned some things. I am happy that his story is being told, and the fact that a majority of the Jackson family have endorsed or produced the movie means that there's a lot of backing, and that there is most likely a lot of truth in what is being told and portrayed. Which is all I really want to know, because everything I know about Michael Jackson is kind of rumor, and so I just like it to be cleared up. And that's what's happening with this. So I guess I'll come back in a while when part 2 is released, so that I can review it and let you know if it's any good and if I learn anything else. Go and watch this movie that made hundreds of billions of dollars in the box office in its first 2 weeks. It's probably going to be leaving cinemas soon, just judging by how long it's been, which is fine, that's okay, it happens. That is how the movie industry works. But yeah, go and watch it when you have the chance. If you can't see it in the movies, wait for it to come out on streaming or to rent. It's good, it's worth a watch, I promise. Yeah, that's about it for this review. I enjoyed the movie. I'm adding it to my list of movies to get on DVD. I am really hoping that they release the second one and call it Jackson, because then when the DVDs are in my cupboard, they can read Michael and Jackson. And I think that'd be really cool. Yeah. Okay. Bye now.